directions for the can't rust, which is a corrosion preventative. A little bit of log paper, you know, so you can write notes like somebody did. I wonder when that was written. Absolutely fascinating. All right, so then the burning glass. Wow, look at this. It's still in its original box. This will be essential for helping you start a fire, not having to rely on matches and things that are going to get wet, potentially, or damaged, or a limited amount. So this is going to be the first layer we examine. Then we're going to be opening it up to the next section. Look at that. Again, I don't keep any of these snapped. And here's the reason why. Look at this one. I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. I wouldn't have pulled this. Actually, I learned my mistake from an old first aid kit like 5 years ago. It was a rollout kit, and I broke 2 snaps on it. They just tore. Anyway, you can see there are a couple items that are actually missing. There was a whistle, another part of this 3-pouch first aid kit. Again, craft foil lined paper. Look at this. I mentioned one part of this is missing. Naturally, that part's the one with the morphine syrettes and iodine swabs and a 4-inch compress bandage, but that's all right. You want to wiggle it out from under because otherwise you'll tear these like this here. Before I go further with that, let's get a close-up of everything. Sunburn ointment, a little match safe, sharpening stone. We got rations. That pouch right there that's something that's really cool. Canned drinking water, which I will not be opening. My apologies. It's just this M627 one-man fishing kit is a rollout kit initially that stretched up to here. It was in a pouch just like this one. We'll be explaining that shortly, but this right here, we'll be evaluating this, and I will also be showing another kit in the middle of this review that gives everyone a great idea of what was originally in this kit. This kit had replacements in it. I believe that the M575 Imperial jackknife was replaced by this jackknife. This one was part of a C1 survival vest. Look at this thing though. I think this is more useful. Pretty incredible. Look at this. You could do a lot with this thing. I mean, gathering firewood, all purpose. You could fillet fish, of course. But look at that. That's not messing around. Some real character patina to that thing. Oh yeah, that's right, the first aid kit. This right here. Gotta be pretty careful with this stuff. This is a pack of sulfadiazine. This is to treat infection. An infection preventative. It's like old school antibiotics. Warning, this drug may cause severe toxic reactions and irreparable damage. Follow directions on back of box until medical attention is available. Directions. When wounded or severely burned, take the contents of one envelope, 4 tablets, at once. Tablets may be chewed thereafter. Take 1 tablet only every 4 hours. Warning, to be used only as directed above. Yeah, otherwise you'll have toxicity. And like they said, irreparable damage. That's really something. Now, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm sorry, I get excited about the weirdest stuff. Alright, so 2 tubes of burn treatment, boric acid ointment, and 4 strips of seasickness preventative. Scopolamine hydrobromide. I'm probably not saying that right at all. I've never heard anyone pronounce it. Look at this. Oh yeah, and sterile crystalline sulfonilamide, which is a antibacterial, antimicrobial infection preventative powder, which prevented so many deaths during the war from infection. like in comparison to say World War I for injuries. But we're going to look at this first. Boric acid ointment for topical application only. Expel ointment from tube directly on burned area. Cover with dressing and bandage lightly. And then the scopolamine hydrobromide, or hydrobromide, tomato, seasickness preventative. Poison, dangerous when taken in excess, shall not be taken when morphine has been given. Probably get you too drowsy, my guess. Not a good combo. And I'm not going to open this. I'm sorry, I can't. I hope you understand. It's just something along with the sulfadiazine. It's just, you just can't do stuff like that. Now this one looks like it's been opened or something. I might give that a look. Actually, I'm going to, because look at that. Yeah, cool. This one we can look at. So this, you'll see these same packets in Carlisle bandages. Like, hold on, let's see, do I have one anywhere just laying around? Yeah, I do. Now, this one, you'd see this same crystalline packet in this. First aid packet, U.S. government Carlisle model. See, sulfonamide. This, directions. Tear open outer package, remove inner packet, and open by tearing one end. Outside of packet is not sterile. After controlling hemorrhage, sprinkle powder and wound, covering to depth and injured surfaces lightly, and then cover with sterile dressing and bandage. Warning, this drug is to be used as directed, using not more than 2 packets in wounds of one person. Now, if you ever want to see what this does kind of like, watch Saving Private Ryan, and when Irwin Wade gets it... Oh wait, I just realized 2 of these were used, because there's only 3 in here, and that's 5 packets. Yeah, watch Saving Private Ryan, and when the tragic scene in the middle of the movie with the medic, you know, he gets it pretty bad, but they're pouring these packets all over him. And if you want to see those things, like, used kind of wrong too. You're not really supposed to use it that way. You're supposed to wait after controlling the hemorrhage. So then you put this on. So those poor guys were trying to treat the medic and they didn't know what they were doing. So there's the sulfonamide and burn treatment and seasickness pills. Seasickness pills, imagine you're out at sea, you're on a raft, you got this thing and you got your para-raft kit, which, I'm sorry, I don't have a para-raft kit. Eventually I'll find something like that and I'll be able to present it here. Let's move over to this bottle of Can't Rust, with a K, Can't Rust. You can't get it out either. So just look at it there and enjoy it for what it is, which is, it's a rust preventative, and I cannot remove that. I don't even want to touch it. Looks like somebody taped it up because it was leaking, which that was nice. It's far too flimsy by this point, but we can check this out, hopefully. There we go, it just slid right out quite easily. Oh, cool. Look at that. You get a compass at the end of your match case. It's pointing right where north is at. This way. Yeah, you have that burning glass, but the matches... Wow. You know, you only have so many of them. It's a sure thing. It's like a purple, almost dark periwinkle color with a red tip. I've never seen matches like that before. This might have been where the striker was. Down at the bottom, I think it's kind of worn off. You have a US marked on the bottom. All American. The sunburn ointment. It's like an interesting canvas outer pouch here. Oh, that smells awesome. It smells like metal, a nursing home. Can't quite put my finger on it. Look at that. Naval Medical Research Institute. Sunburn ointment, 3.6 ounces net. Directions. Apply thin layer for treatment and prevention of sunburn, for external use only. Wow, look at that. Ooh. It's kind of hardened up and caked. It smells like cat urine. Cool. I'm gonna set that there. Set that back like that for a moment. Set these out as well. Unfortunate we don't have that last part of the first aid kit, but again, that's the number one looted part of this. Somebody back in the day was having some fun with it. Okay, or it was used, you know, it was actually used for its purpose. You never know. So then this. Kind of opening up on this side, so. Oh, look at that. Safety pins, adhesive tape. What's that in the center? Safety pins are all purpose. That's great for holding a bandage in place. You can hang up your clothing, heat up the end of one of these, and you can pull some ticks out. That is an all-purpose survival item. So what is this? These are salt tablets, which I am not going to unwrap. My apologies. They're just white tablets. There are 8 salt tablets, and that is to replenish your sodium, to prevent dehydration, and what a great little spot to allocate them. Also, according to the instruction booklet, you could crush up those salt tablets and use them for the removal of leeches. Let's move to the next item. You get 3 U.S. Navy emergency